Very first portion of the structural integration, we're just going to try to fire up those tib anteriors. Couple of benefits that we're looking for from here is, number one, this is the main ankle stabilizer. It'll help alleviate some of the tightness that we get in our calves and our soleus and our Achilles from the excessive amount of jumping and running and sprinting and aggressive sprinting that we do. Now, we actually put this song on because we want you to try to maintain a heightened state of excitement, even though this should drum up some negative emotions in you. So keep pulling, guys, keep pulling. You're at 30 seconds left.
What did you say about
so we're going
song?
90 seconds. We want you to tap into something very primal. Think about the one that hurt you. Think about the one that you loved. Think about the one that broke your heart, and channel it into tib anterior development. Now we're going to turn this into a dynamic nature. In just a brief moment, you guys are going to pop up and we're going to do a little bit of ankling. So we're going to try to jump up way up in the air. Kind of think about
jumping.
3, 2, 1, go. Think about being really, really high in terms of our pogo stick. Now, not from the hips. Sit up tall, and every time that your feet leave the ground, Greg, higher, do less reps. So you got to give me some flight time. Flight time, Greg. Pull those toes up. Toes up. Pull those toes up. More, Greg. Every time your feet hit the ground, I want you to pull those toes way up, way up, way up, way up. We've got a 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1. So from this aspect, the knees are locked, the toes are pulled back, and we're slightly externally rotated. Those of you guys that are being forced into external rotation, your job is to internally rotate. So fight against the stressors, the two stressors that they are providing for you. Keep pulling. So you want to think about turning those hips in, knees in, ankles in, as well as pulling those toes back towards your face. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. Now, bowling, if you have national championship medals, are you allowed to put your hands above your shoulder height? Because most people don't have the ability to keep their low back down unless you're born super flexible and actually have a spinal column made of shark cartilage. Do less reps, don't kick out in front of you, just pull those toes straight up. You almost want to think about trying to touch your toes to your knees. Again, you want to avoid the Guitar Hero technique. You want to try to stay in line and pull those toes straight up. You've got another 7, 6, 5. From the ankles, 4. You got to pull your toes up, Michael. 2, 1, and clear. Switch rolls and go. We're going to utilize the Feldenkrais method. We got another 15 seconds. Really think about pushing out and leaning back so that the athlete has an opportunity to develop their ability to fight against both of those. So really think about internally rotating from the femur, so deep in the hip, and pulling those toes back. Ready, up, go get them.
Love hurts.
Now really think about pulling those toes back and up, up, up. So pogo sticks. I want to think about ankling, not necessarily needing the ankles to be super stiff. Sorry, not really think about needing the knees to be super stiff, but think about jumping super, super high from the ankles and the ankles alone. Ankles and ankles alone. Finish this out. We're almost there. We're almost there. And clear. Good job. Dancer, what do we do with our toes? No. I mean, yes, for you, but let's develop a little bit of balance in the other direction, because notice you're going toes up and you're making Penny do that as well. She really can't explain why, but for some reason she's drawn to pointing her toes up to the ceiling, which is incorrect. Keep those feet moving, switch hands, go get them. Now when we do this, a extension of the shoulder, the hand coming way down, rotating that collarbone back and reaching above your head is our way to challenge your low back. Anytime that the athlete reaches in that direction, their low back is going to want to pop up, but we're going to try to stay really disciplined with that and keep rotating that back and down. An excessive amount of lumbar curvature is really what contributes to a lot of low back pain. So work on your ability to fight against moving that hip into an excessive lumbar strain. And finish this out. Let's go with both hands. Last one, position number 3. Now, some of you guys that have all of this down, you've got a nice stable back. We want to try to get that top leg as straight as an arrow. Lowering the leg is our way to challenge your ability to keep your top leg straight as an arrow with your toe pulled back. Now in one brief moment, we're gonna go into some good old-fashioned jumping jacks. We're gonna go low level. 3, 4. Go ahead and join them, guys. 6, 7. Now lateral. Pick a leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't do that with the other leg. And run. Beautiful. Now, the better in shape you are in terms of how you're wired with your nervous system, how well your lungs, how well your conditioning level allows you to recompose, attack these. If you have to stop for a brief moment, please do so. But the goal is replication of speed. Very good. Get on down there for me, Penny. Good. Now, very good. Now, if you'll notice, Jason, once he gets to the bottom, he starts to abduct, which means he starts to move that hip outside of his center line, as well as externally rotate. Those are two things that we really don't want to happen, and they really inhibit his ability to be completely awesome as opposed to just kind of awesome. So if you want to really, if you want to achieve that, you really, so get to the bottom for me. Hold that. Now turn your knee in, hip in. That's it. Then you come up. Now your goal is to not fall out of that notch. Go ahead and switch those hands, please. You guys can thank Jason for going over time because he wasn't coachable. So if he doesn't fix this one pretty quickly, we're going to be in here for a while as well. Here we go.
That was good.
Now he's just laying here.
Yeah.
Not doing anything. He's just pretty much shaking violently like he's going through rehab.
Please take the camera away.
And both hands, go get him. Turn your knee in. That's your position right there. So make sure that you are not lifting from the hip flexor. I actually want you to counter torque it even more and make sure that your knee is slightly rotated pointing down so that that toe or that knee cannot point up. Very good. Continue that motion. Keep going. You're in there for a minute, so stay in there. Very good. We've got 15 seconds. Stay in there, guys. Stay in there. Super slow. Now try to time it. Now we're still externally rotating a little bit, limbs. Keep that knee down. Nope, don't move. Hold the top. Hold the top. Up foot, top foot up, up. Now turn that knee down. That's your end position. Switch! Go get him. You're already on. Now make sure, even if you don't, a lot of times you guys won't feel that you're doing it. Recheck it. Train by feel. If you find that that knee is pointing up, we're not doing it right. If you find you're kicking in front of you, you're not doing it right. One of the common errors we see with a lot of side pillar, a lot of side planks is for some reason everybody averts their eyes down and they start staring at the ground or their feet. Try to maintain your tall, pretty posture, your tall, pretty confident posture, and having that confident posture is part of it. Slightly bent, that's perfectly fine, but keep that angle locked and really think about pushing yourself over. Keep going. You're coming down. 23 seconds left. Keep working back. The goal really isn't just to touch the ground. The goal is to really strengthen up all that musculature that's holding that weight up above your head. Very good. Now, Sarah, keep working it back a little bit. Yeah, don't let that thing come forward. Thumb back for me, Jason. There we go. It'll keep your shoulder in a neutral position. You're almost there. 25 seconds. Thumb back. There you go, just like that. Lock that elbow. Beautiful. Very good. Keep that thumb driving straight back and keep that weight supported high, Mike. Keep it back. You're almost there. 10 seconds coming down the pipe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and there's your 1. Really think about squeezing your cheeks on landing to decelerate. We want you to really concentrate on decelerating excessive amount of hip flexion. You're fine, go ahead. Push your butt back and absorb. Now, as a coaching cue, perfectly fine. I would rather you fall backwards than to let your knees drift out than to lean forward. Push your butt back. Very good. That's it. Now, as we watch from this side camera view, avoid the drift. So,
What's up?
hey, how you doing? Now again, it's aggressive sprint, guys, an aggressive sprint. Push, push, push! Long driving stride. All right, go get him. Now, Captain Morgan's are more about the confidence of it as opposed to just the physiology. So tall, pretty, confident posture. As you're holding that up, we're gonna slowly put it down on the floor for me, Sarah. Go to your other elbow, switch sides, and you're dead on. Very good. Stay dorsiflected. Make sure that those ankle bones are pulled way up. Make sure your feet are pulled up on your shin. Tall, pretty posture. And I don't want you to move so fast that we do not have tall, pretty posture. Now, Mike Wood, that foot is always in front. Very good. Right there. Knees up, toes up, and smoothly go through your tall, confident posture. Next week. It's actually in 3 weeks. We'll get the other arm in 3 weeks when the cycle comes back around. 10 more seconds. Over, over, over. Tight midsection. Really think about pushing that sucker way, way, way over. Clear. Awesome job. See how you're leaning forward? No leaning forward. It should be very good. Right there. We actually want to be, that's it, right there. We want to be in more of a neutral position, so you'll find that you start rotating forward, and that's not necessarily what we want to achieve. We want to go true lateral flexion, if not slightly back. 10 more seconds coming down the pipe. Very good, that's better, right there. So as your hand is reaching down, your back knee is coming in, and that's what we want you to do. Keep doing it. Clap. Great job. Now, one of the things I want you guys to work on, form closure versus force closure. It's really easy to stop that inertia if we land with really wide feet. I want you to start working those feet a little bit closer with the same idea that you're going to jump far. So give yourself something to control. Go get them. Landing sideways only. Very good. Now really drive your butt back and feel this outside leg. Catch and don't drift this way. Beautiful. Stop your drift. Very good. Come get it. Long, aggressive sprint. This is a sprint. Long, aggressive stride. It needs to be outside your comfort zone, so open your stride. Open it.